So here are some notes on testing if you have a right triangle. Okay, we're going to be using this test, but before we get into it, I need you to look at the triangle and be able to identify the shortest, the smallest, the medium, the middle, and the longest side. So here you can look at this red triangle and you can see, right, that there's a short, a small, a medium, and a long side. Now, you need to make sure that you have numbers to tell you that there's a short side, right, and a long side. So here, basically, let's just go through this. So if the small side squared, so the distance of the small side plus the distance of the medium side plus the distance of the long side squared equals the distance of the long side squared, okay, then the triangle is going to be a right triangle. So here we can see, um, yeah, I'm just going to jump into an example. So here will 7, 9, and 6 form a right triangle. Wow, actually, let me take one step back. So if the triangle, and this is just with any triangle, um, if the short side plus the medium side equals the longest side, you have a right triangle. If the short side plus the medium side short side squared plus the medium side squared, okay, doesn't equal the longest side squared, then that just means that it's not a right triangle. So it works both ways. If it is, yes. If it's not, no. So here, um, will a 7, 9, and 6 form a right triangle? So here, I'm going to create a triangle. 6, 7, and 9. And I just made this triangle up on the spot. Will that create a right triangle? Well, if we take, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut this portion. Okay, buddy. Copy that. Wow, I really don't know how to use this. Copy that, paste it. So the small side, and I actually don't even really need this. The small side is going to be 6. So 6 squared plus the medium side, the middle one is 7 squared. Does it equal 9 squared? So 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36, and hopefully you know that. Plus 7 squared is 49 squared equals 9 squared is 8 is 81. So 36 plus 49, 36, 36 plus 49 is 85. And does that equal 81? The answer is no. So does 7, 9, and 6 form a right triangle? The answer is no, because 85 does not equal 81. 7, 6, and 9 side lengths will not create a right triangle. Okay, so here I'm going to jump back to the notes. Okay, the reason being is if we take the area of this, the small squared, plus the area of this medium squared, it should equal the area of this large squared. So 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. Does that equal 25? So here, small, 3 squared, plus 4 squared equals 25 squared. 9 plus 16 equals 25. 25 equals 25, so this is a yes. 3, 4, 5. And actually, 3, 4, 5 triangle you're going to see in high school pretty occasionally. It is a pretty common right triangle. To know that there's side lengths 3, 4, and 5, you're going to know that that's a right triangle. So that's as simple as it gets. We'll try to keep the notes simple. So would a triangle with the sides, with these sides be a right triangle? 15, 9, and 12. Well, I'll take this. Duplicate it, copy it, paste. So the small side is 9 squared plus the medium side, which is 12. 12 squared equals 15 squared. 9 squared is 81. 12 squared is 144. 15 squared is 225. Let me double check on that. 15 squared. 15 squared. 225. Does 81 plus 144 equal 225? 81 plus 144 equals 225. So 225 equals 225, and the answer here is yes. The side lengths 15, 9, and 12 make a right triangle. Okay. Here's our last example. Is this a right triangle? 4, 5, and 7. Now, you might look at it. You can't judge. In math, you just can't judge by its look. So we got to do math. So here I'm going to paste this. Small side is 4, so 4 squared plus 5 squared equals 7 squared. Let's see if this is true. 4 squared is 16 plus 5 squared is 25. That equals 49. 16 plus 25 is 41. Does 41 equal 49? No. No, this is not a right triangle. Okay? So those are our notes. Here's a quick reminder that I'm looking right here. Remember that the small side plus the medium side must be more than the longer side, or equal, or else it won't be a right, or it won't be a triangle. Okay, so now we're going to go over to our homework. Make sure your name's on the top, Mr. Han. Okay, use what you learned from the triangle activity to determine if the triangle is right or not. Justify your conclusion with your work. Do not judge by how the triangle looks. Use the numbers and prove it. So, right here, we need to remember that the area of the small plus the area of the medium equals the longest squared. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that right here. So the small one is 2 squared plus the medium is 3 squared does that equal 4 squared. 2 squared, 4, 3 squared, 9, 6 squared, 16. Does 4 plus 9 equal 16? No. This is not a right triangle. Okay, go ahead and make sure you check your answers at the bottom. Not right. So here you have to do the same process. I highly recommend you paste this here and do the same throughout. Okay. Okay. And then here's just some solving equations. How many solutions does it have? And then here's simplifying. So rest of it is your homework. Good luck.